very often now with a village, and Borrowash is a village, it's like a dormitory, a corridor between two cities, in this case Nottingham and Derby. But during most of the 20th century it was really quite self-sufficient. If you wanted to buy fish, you'd go to the fishmonger, you'd go to the butcher, you'd go to the bakers, and of course the co-op was absolutely integral to everything. And it really fed into the life of everybody. For example, I was amazed when I actually found out that women would not actually go to a whist drive unless they could be assured of Burge's potted meat sandwiches from Burge's the butcher, and we're going to go over to those right now.
Part of the Unexamined project is looking into people's lives, and when we've done it, most of the time most of the people work locally within the industry, and most of the people shopped local because all their facilities were in the village. A lot of the shops have gone, and where we're standing now there was butchers, fish and chip shop, and there's even a pub. And since then there's one big shop which is the co-op. If we look over there, there's Anthony Coates now, but that used to be Coates is the butcher and has been for a long time. You can imagine that we had Tom Mashett, who would be working there as a butcher boy, and he would ride his bicycle delivering meat locally, potted meat, etc. And eventually he became manager of the co-op of the southwest of England. But some of the people who I have interviewed always, as I say, like a little girl, would go into that shop, and she would always remember what the smell was like of the dirty floor where there was vegetables and what have you. But this, what we're doing, I don't think has been done much within the country, and we're sort of the very first at attempting it. But both myself and Paul Hart and myself, who do the interviewing, are learning as we go along on how to do this project, and we've still got a lot to learn. It's amazing what you find out when interviewing people you just do not know, and people will carry on talking for an hour, and at the end of that they will sign a sheet to say that we can use it. But all this is going on to a record at the in the records office in Matlock. So hopefully in another 200 years, or 100 years, that somebody will listen to it and they'll say, yeah, what was it like in Borrowash? And if I look at over the road, 2 rooms where Raja is now, there was a theatre there, and Eric Hinton used to do lots of plays there in his youth, so he tells us when we interviewed him. Where we're standing now, there was a bowling green. This is long before the supermarket was built. As we're standing here and we're looking across, over there is the Noah's Ark, and this is probably the oldest pub in the village, but it's all changed now. It ran down and got empty, and now it's going to become shops, which is a sign of the times of the village, and this has been carrying on now for the last 300 or 400 years. And if we look over the road now, there's a row of shops, and just recently there's they've taken one of the signs down, and there's one of the old signs up which indicates that it was a bootmaker. Here we have the old post office. It's been here for years and years as a post office, and before then it was an abattoir. But just recently I've interviewed the present owner of the post office, and his life is very, very interesting, and they'd had all the Irish connections. This has been serialised locally in the local Derby Telegraph.